Hey everyone, welcome to Pastors Unfiltered. I am your host, Pastor Tony Matar, joined by Brandon Greenawalt.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
If I look like I don't understand what's happening, it's because I don't. Pastor Brandon literally texted me 10 minutes before filming and said, I'm running late.
He is. He's in a very important meeting. He has not finished his message yet, so he's still trying to finish his message for the campus pastors, for you guys.
I am very confused with what's happening. Brandon also keeps looking at the door. Why do you keep looking?
He's deep in prayer right now.
Where is he?
He's deep in prayer right now.
If I turn around, is he going to be right behind me?
He is not behind you.
Anywho, I don't know what's going on, folks. Welcome to the podcast today. My host is not here. We don't have sponsors yet. It's season 3, and we're supposed to have some fun today.
We are.
There's a lot we want.
Okay, look at me. Look at me. So, Pastor, I've known you since I was sophomore in high school, I think.
15 when I met you.
15. We've gone through a lot. We've gone through how many church buildings?
Plenty
of church buildings. For Pastor's Appreciation, we have a gift for you.
Here it is, folks.
First, let's welcome Dr. Reverend Pastor Brandon Beals.
So, we're literally filming.
Sorry, he was deep in prayer for his sermon this weekend.
What is happening? PB, we're filming the podcast. You just walked away. What is happening? And why is there a picture of me on your wall?
This was a bit that Greenie was really excited about.
I can't get physically hurt right now.
We're not going to hurt you.
And I'm not going to say why. I just cannot get hurt. Why do you keep looking at the door?
Because we have another special guest.
Who? My mom? My mom's on a cruise.
Our cruise got canceled.
My wife. Where is my wife? Is it my wife? Is it Richard Vicknair? We just had Pastor. Who's at the door?
Is he coming?
I think he is.
He?
They.
Who's they?
Here he is.
What is that? Oh my gosh.
For all the people that are on Apple and Spotify, we have Pastor Morgan Butcher. Is this the right place to be for the podcast? Coming in with a T-shirt.
Are you kidding me right now?
Of Pastor Tony. If you are listening and not watching this, you need to go on our YouTube and watch it. This is
I don't feel appreciated.
This is his Pastor's Appreciation gift.
All I asked was, is there a graphic for Pastor's Appreciation Month?
All right, so we're going to swap out Greenie, bring
Love you
in
guys.
our special guest for today, Morgan Butcher.
Morgan's on the podcast?
Yes.
Are you finally here? Can we start this podcast?
Yes.
Guys, I
Just so that everybody is aware. Again, this was Greenie's bit idea, so if it didn't work, we know we're blaming him. If it did work, we'll do it again.
What's the idea?
Oh my gosh,
No.
There's another picture of it in here too.
So, a little bit of a backstory. Pastor's Appreciation Month. That's actually what I want us to talk about today, Tony.
Okay.
Assuming you already welcomed the sponsors.
Yeah.
Or the sponsor.
None of them.
and we decided we're going to talk about Pastor's Appreciation Month.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Pastor Appreciation.
But I have things we're talking about.
And then we'll also go through the things that Tony has to talk
I
about.
studied.
So, just so that you are aware, October is Nationally Pastor's Appreciation Month. Yeah. And this is a tradition at Venture. At the end of the month, church is very generous, blesses the staff. We have a bunch of different parties we do to honor the staff throughout the month. In fact, I took my whole staff to the opening day for the Kraken. That was my gift to my staff. Tony skipped it. But Tony asked our Slack channel if we had a graphic for Pastor's Appreciation Month. And Morgan decided
He was looking
to
for a
take
graphic.
it up upon himself to create a graphic.
Dude, I want you to know that
It
actually
is single-handedly the greatest graphic that this church has ever created.
Do you understand
If
when that photo was taken and why?
Every time I look at it, I just laugh.
I broke 90. Something 90% of golfers will never do in their
It was
life.
the perfect. What I love the most
85.
about it, I didn't realize I tried with a different size pen on the little, when you edit your photo. That's still back there a little bit.
What is happening today?
They've got some nice bold red font there for you.
All right, but we can get back to the agenda. So here's what I want to talk about.
What do you want to talk
We'll talk about what you want to talk about first, and we'll talk about what I want to talk about.
I'm flustered.
I want to talk about, everybody always asks, so Pastors Appreciation Month, what do we do? Like, if we wanted to get you something special, what would it be? So this might come across as a little bit of a self-serving episode. I hope you take it that part of this is in jest, but all three of us are going to share the 5 gifts that we would love to get for Pastors Appreciation Month. And again, there is a hint of not seriousness in these gifts, so let's just be real. But before we begin, Tony has an agenda that he wants to talk through. So what do you want to talk about first, Tony?
What do I want to talk about? Okay, let's go back to, hey, we need to have a lighthearted episode because we've been interviewing people with testimonies the last few weeks, and someone whose parents died in a plane crash, and Richard McNair, who was in prison in Alaska. And we thought, let's have a lighthearted podcast. So I thought, here's some things happening in pop culture I want to talk about. Wow. No, but now you want to talk about presents, which
we're going to talk about each one of our top 5.
I announced Pastors Appreciation at Seattle the other day.
Hey, when you have a church that really hasn't even been in existence for a year, they don't know about this.
And
part of
we had Del
discipleship.
Irwin come up there, talk about it. He did a phenomenal job. But our people were like, oh, okay.
It landed about as well as this graphic.
And not because Del did a bad job or anything. It's just like, they're like, what is there to appreciate?
Well, that's true. Well, you're new.
Well, that's true. I haven't earned their appreciation. I'm the new guy.
What's going to happen is 10 years from now, when they do appreciate you, they're going to listen to this podcast and they're going to think 10 years ago, Tony said he wanted these 5 things.
Okay.
So
yeah, I got
this
a couple
is
things.
This is a little bit for the future. But what did you want to talk about first? Let's go over. Were we going to talk about your 5 favorite scary movies?
No, that was yours. I don't watch scary films. I want to talk about 5 things happening in pop culture.
Okay, what's happening?
Okay, number 1, Joker 2.
Oh, that has flopped.
Why do you think it flopped?
So I have AMC stubs, and occasionally, so does Sean King. Shout out to King Size Movie Reviews, a former sponsor, who I guess we could talk to them again.
Former.
Sean and I have that. Oftentimes, because of how many movies Sean and I go see, we get invited into pre-viewings of movies. And so we were actually invited to the pre-showing of this. And I had booked it out, was going to go, and then I heard it was a musical.
It's a musical?
And I thought, I am not going. And Sean ended up not going either. And it's a pseudo-musical. Apparently, he has these dream segments that turn into a musical, the Joker does. And the movie just flopped. It's doing horrible on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, because
it was
the first one was so good.
Yeah, the first one was I would give the first one a B. A lot of like people younger than me like it, but I still have Heath Ledger as the ultimate Joker, so I don't. It's hard
Joker
to compare
2
anything.
is it's not doing well.
No.
Not doing well.
But I will never see that movie. It looks
Rotten Tomatoes is 31.
Who wants to watch a musical?
My wife.
Unless it's a bunch of a cappella singers. If it's Pitch Perfect 4, I would go to it, but I'm not seeing the Joker 2.
Sorry, is Rotten Tomatoes? Are you supposed to have more Rotten Tomatoes?
You want to have
higher percentage.
Higher percentage.
If
That doesn't seem wrong. Like you want more Rotten.
no,
food.
if you've never followed Rotten Tomatoes,
No, I don't know.
if it's over 50%, you get a tomato. If it's under 50%, you get a Rotten Tomato.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's actually right now the preeminent movie review site, pretty much in the world.
I
It's
thought you,
like
like,
surpassed Siskel and Ebert.
I thought it was like a good thing to get 98 Rotten Potatoes.
Did you just curse? What did Cisco?
It's
The
like-
thong song Cisco?
There is nothing that dates you more
What?
than saying Siskel and Ebert.
What?
So they were these movie review guys on TV that would say thumb up or thumb down for something. So if a movie got 2 thumbs up, it was good. But I think
I'm
one of
sorry.
them, there's only like an Ebert now. I
I
think,
think
Siskel
I'm just
passed away.
still triggered
Cisco's
by.
dead.
I did all this research for today to walk into Morgan wearing me on his shirt.
It's taped
And
on.
I'm on your wall covering up a photo of, I don't know what trip you were on that time. I don't even care. Okay, Garth Brooks. This is actually kind of a serious one. Garth Brooks rape accusation. Are you guys familiar with this?
Sure.
being accused of rape.
You
and-
said this was going to be a lighthearted episode.
This is pop culture. This is what's happening.
Jump right into.
Do you want to talk about the dead people that died this week too? Or?
No, he's just being accused of rape. He is saying he did nothing. The gal says there's evidence. What do you guys think?
I'm not a Garth Brooks fan, so if he's guilty, there should be justice.
On a side note, this week, Costco came out and put out a public statement that they did not sell 1,000 bottles of baby oil to Diddy.
What do you think
How many
about
pallets is that?
I don't know.
that was a rumor that Tony started on this podcast too.
It's actually...
What do you think about the fact that the union decided to vote against the offer that was presented
I know. I can't
at
believe
Boeing,
it with Boeing.
and
I
now
know.
Boeing has said this is our best and final offer, and we are actually removing that offer, and there's no discussions.
So where do you go from here then?
Oh, that's encouraging.
Either come
This
back
is
to
my
work.
prediction. What happens? Boeing is going to start threatening to build all new planes in another state. So they're going to do that. After a couple months of not working, the people that are striking are going to be a little bit more pressing, and Boeing will start. I mean, the one thing about a $1 trillion company, they've already proven it. They can pack up all manufacturing and move it to somewhere else. They can do that and are petty enough to do that, actually. So what'll probably happen after another month is that they'll come back to the table and it'll end up being some semblance of this offer that was presented.
Man, that's brutal.
Or scorched earth scenario, Boeing follows through and moves all manufacturing of new and future planes to another state.
Pretty bad.
And then we have 40,000 people looking for work in the area or moving out of state.
Can they cut pensions? Can they legally do that?
I mean, they already, like, I read through this article in detail. It was the union that agreed to, like, let go of their pension and go to a 403B years ago, and they want to switch back. But Boeing agreed to that concession. It was years ago. Because basically, what a difference between a 403B and a pension is a pension's run by an organization, and a 403B you have control over. And I think people just wanted control over their own retirement, probably because they were seeing kind of the results that other people were getting in a 403B, and were kind of envious that they were getting such returns. And
Man,
anyways,
this is wild.
So are you saying they're still going to be on strike for another couple months?
they've been on strike for a month, and they are no longer negotiating.
Is it
as of
affecting
right now.
traffic for the two of you commuting?
We see them
to-
everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, I always wonder, where do they get all the firewood? Like,
That's-
who's
you notice
supplying
that too?
Who's supplying the fire? And they also got a lot
Stacks
of
firewood.
They've got a lot of snacks out there. Have you seen the
Yeah.
snack stash
Well,
they got?
were you
they
there?
got goldfish crackers. I saw
one
some,
that you and I
some
drive
Funyun
by-
bags.
Well, because we see them everywhere. The main one that we drive by, I mean, I've seen trailers and RVs. They're parked in the grass over there. I'm trying to understand why Boeing is on strike with them, but Boeing is allowing them to use their property to strike.
So there's someone at our
so
church who
backwards.
works at Boeing, and he was telling me how he has to go picket. And I said, "Well, what happens if you don't go picket? Like, are you in trouble?" He goes, "They just get really upset with you." And I said, "Who's that?" He goes, "The union. They just get
Slap
really
you on the
upset."
wrist.
So
That's like disappointing your parents at Thanksgiving.
I went and visited the Everett building, the old Everett building that we had by Boeing years
I
ago.
miss
A
it.
really
I
nice
miss it.
building, and it was actually the gate wasn't closed, so I was able to go walk around the building. And
wow.
there are groups of strikers set up all the way down that path. So I think that's interesting. But I think the most interesting place where they set up. Do you ever walk along the waterfront in Mukilteo ever? I always see you at the lighthouse.
Not the water.
Not down by where you are.
So when you walk down Mukilteo Lane, this is so interesting for everybody. But when you walk down Mukilteo Lane and then you walk over the train tracks to go to the actual beach where the boardwalk is, they're actually set up on the other side of the train tracks, not the water side, the other side. I can't figure out who they ever see there other than me when I'm walking my dog.
Amtrak going to Portland.
The Amtrak goes by like once every 3 days.
Like where the stream comes through?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Literally, like,
Wow.
whatever that, yeah, the Japanese Gulch, right? They're
Is it-
right next to the Japanese
Is that like
Gulch.
directly where the planes fly over? Are they like, ah?
You wouldn't be able to see it.
I know. I'm just wondering.
Hey, I'm coming off your shirt. You might want to.
Oh, sorry. It's a tape job. Sorry. Okay, so what other news?
a couple other things.
So I don't really want to talk about Garth Brooks. In
Okay,
other words.
all right. MLB playoffs. things are heating up. San Diego beating the Dodgers. Phillies losing to the Mets. Yankees losing. How you guys feeling about this? Jesse Winker and Ryan Stanek are
almost brought
having a
up Jesse.
heyday right now.
I-
Winker.
Honestly, I didn't know baseball was still going on. I moved on.
Oh, it's good. These are really good playoffs.
San Diego, have you heard the things about San Diego, the fans, how they've been throwing things at the Dodgers fans?
Good.
They literally had to reach out to all the San Diego fans and say, hey, guys, we got to cut it out.
Seriously, why would San Diego fans do that? They already have the greatest weather in the world.
I know, it's
They
paradise.
live in San Diego. What do they have to be mad about?
They have nothing to be mad
They don't have
about.
Shohei Ohtani.
The people
they're
that
jealous.
are
That's
around the
jealousy.
Dodgers,
Spirit of
the LA
jealousy.
fans, they got to deal with 50,000 homeless people and encampments around there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Anyway, okay, so you're not watching that. So
No.
people have been asking about the beer. This is 2 weeks of it, folks. It's coming in.
So I just saw your Facebook post.
Yeah.
Where you announced.
Yes.
Are people actually coming up to you and saying, you look really good?
I'm not kidding. It's at least 3 or 4 a day. 3 or 4 a day.
So-
What do you guys think? I'm butt ugly without a beard? And
Nobody.
it's so many people. And you know what's the best part? It's all males. Not a single woman has come up to you and go, oh, I like that.
That would be pretty strange if
It
Guy
would be.
Beals
No.
came up to you and said, Tony, you look really good.
It would be. But
yeah.
my wife is
fair.
indifferent. I said, honey, what do you think? She goes,
Hey,
It
just for our faithful 200, they need to know. Tell us a couple guys that have come up to you and told you look dapper with this beard.
well, okay, let me think. I mean, it's just so many random people.
I'm sure David Diaz said something.
Diaz is one of them. Cole Hasty has been really weird around me about it. He goes, man, I've been telling you to do this for a while. Like, you look really good.
Does Richard McNair like it?
Richard is disappointed with me.
Every time Richard sees me,
just
he
disappointed.
he goes like this and he goes, "Are you ever going to shave?"
Richard is just
He's
disappointed.
He's from the era where you were always clean shaven. That's the same with my dad. I think my dad looks way better with a beard, but I think my dad feels guilty, like he's a slob if he has a beard.
Your dad looks great. With a beard,
Yeah, so Cole, who is the other guy? There was another guy. I'm sorry, it's just been so many
I
random.
mean, I'll be honest. I told you at lunch. I think it looks good.
Alex
Looks
McGregor,
good.
what does he think?
he doesn't care.
Okay.
He didn't care. Dave Liam thought I looked good. Yeah. Dave Liam would love to be on the podcast.
I know, he's told me.
Okay. Also, people have been asking about the Kraken thing. So here's what I think we should do.
I actually got a recommendation too, but what's yours?
I think you and I should swap jobs for a day. What do you think? Wouldn't that be fun?
Go from my totally stressful,
Yes.
where I have to prepare for a 3-hour college class.
Yes.
Basically a
Yes.
PhD level sermon on Genesis every
Easy.
Sunday that you then get the notes to. And,
SermonCentral.com.
and all I've got to
Easy.
do is
So you and
No
you have to
problem.
wear a Kraken jersey. I wear a Knights jersey. I preach on
you
Sunday.
don't even
you
have
preach
to
on Sunday.
lose a bet for us to do that.
We should do that. I think it'd be
so
funny
wait a
to
second.
swap. It's like
How is that a bet?
I think it's funny. I think it'd be really cool. So I
No,
know
that's like-
you
not
have
a
to
bet.
eat where I
That's
go to
just
lunch.
an agreement.
I have to
That's
eat where
just
you
as
go to lunch.
punishing you.
I think it'd be fun.
So
a
you-
glutton.
I'll eat the
so
stew at the lodge,
Tina's gonna bring you in a simple salad
and
from Tapped.
you'll get a chicken shawarma wrap. What about it?
It also means you'll have to drink
I don't
a
feel like
really
that's a bet.
nasty iced
I was
Americano.
thinking more of
I'm not shaving nothing. I'm not touching. I'm done. I'm done. I don't care because I don't care. I don't. the
how
matters-
about we will do this. This was the suggestion that I got.
All right, let's hear it.
That whoever loses,
Okay.
the person that won gets to pick within reason
Okay.
what the person wears when they preach on a Sunday.
You have to remember, I'm not a youth pastor anymore. BB, I need people to respect me a little bit.
So
I can't go up
well,
there.
I mean, within it would be a bet. And again, the season's not over until May. If you haven't won these people over by May, I don't know how to help you.
okay.
So you have plenty of time.
It's gonna come up on the review, I think.
That's pretty good. So, like for example, you could say, you know what I want? I want Brandon to wear a yellow suit on Sunday, and I would have to wear a yellow suit.
Ooh, like a Dumb and Dumber suit.
Okay. I'll just do that. That's easier.
So that'll be the bet. So the bet right now is which are the Knights going to have a better record
They are going to have a better
than the
record.
Kraken.
What?
But I'm going to spot you 5 points.
We lost to St. Louis.
Well, they made the playoffs last year.
They suck.
5 points.
Okay.
So you're already a 5-point lead.
So you got a 5-point handicap.
So you're up 5 points. So that's the deal. Bet, witness.
I guess I'm here.
All right.
All right. Okay.
So let's you and I start scheming how we want Tony to dress on that
right.
Sunday.
a couple other things.
And we get to pick the Sunday that it is, too.
I'll make another graphic.
It's going to be Vision Sunday.
I'm going to go on sabbatical.
in September.
I earned it after all of this. Okay, last but not least, did you watch the SNL skit of the vice president debate?
It was so funny.
Okay, I watched the actual vice president debate, and the entire time they were debating, I thought, why can't these two just run for president? They're really civil and like overly kind to each other. Like JD would go, "Hey, thanks, Tim. I appreciate that." Like, I thought for a moment they were gonna walk off and go have a drink together at like Applebee's. I was like, "What's happening here?" Did you watch it? They were so polite.
It was very formal. I forgot what that was like.
Yes.
Like nice people.
I was in class, and so I missed the debate, but I did see the SNL skit, and Jim Gaffigan as Tim Waltz was so amusing. I don't know who the guy that was
That's
JD
Bowen
Vance.
Yang. I can't stand him, but he's
I
funny.
don't know who he is. But then who was doing Kamala Harris?
It's the gal. What's her name? She's from the Latina skit. I forgot her name.
But the part where she's watching it with her husband, and then Tim Waltz, what did he say? The bit on where it sounds terrible to say this on a podcast, where he said, "I'm friends with the school shooter," and she was holding a glass of wine and she crushed it.
Oh, and Joe Biden, Dana Carvey is Joe Biden walking in with a vanilla icicle cone, whatever.
It was
running down his mouth.
I admit I enjoyed
Yeah,
it.
I'm glad. So Ariel and I, most people don't know this, we're diehard SNL fans. We watch SNL every Saturday night. It's what we do. So we've been doing it for about 4 years now, and it's the 50th year. Are you going to watch the SNL movie?
There's an SNL movie.
Oh yeah, that's this Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go. It sounds pretty fun.
Okay, let's move on. Last but not least, and then we could talk about gifts we want. I don't want anything. I want to be done with this podcast. I want that off your shirt. I want that picture gone.
You
And
can
I want
ask
to go on
for all those
sabbatical,
things.
and I just want to be done.
Hey, when we were talking in staff meeting about everything that the church has to do leading up to the 20th birthday, we have trunk or treat. There's a big, huge youth event. Our Ukrainian church has a big event going on.
Everybody's big.
And there's all this setup and tear down, everything we're having to navigating around. I wanted to go back on sabbatical.
You did lean in. You did lean over to me during the meeting and said, "I think I need to go on a sabbatical again." I was like, "You just did." Okay, last but not least, the Tropicana got blown up.
I know. I saw the videos. It was pretty
The
awesome.
Mirage is done.
Yeah.
How do you feel finally? And we have Chris Douglas. I love Chris Douglas. Great guy. Serves at our church. He's a diehard Oakland fan, an actual Oakland fan. How do you guys feel about them moving to Vegas, building the stadium out there? I feel for Oakland. They've lost football. They've lost baseball. They lost basketball. What happens?
I mean, obviously, as a huge sports fan, if that happened to Seattle, I would be crushed and devastated. And I would blame my politicians and I would vote them out of office like we did after we lost the Sonics. But a lot of this just has to do with the government in Oakland. They don't want to spend any money on stadiums. And Morgan and I went to a Golden State Warriors game in that old stadium.
Scariest night of my life.
It really was. I mean,
It was
everything
terrifying.
about it. And with that, it was a Warriors game. And then I've gone to a Warriors game in their new arena.
Oracle Arena, is that the new one?
Yes.
Or Chase.
Oracle was the old one.
Oracle.
Who blames them for that decision?
Yeah.
The Raiders had they played football in a baseball stadium
Yeah.
when
Like an ugly one.
they're like, what are they ranked right now? Like they're the third most popular like NFL team in the world, and you have the worst stadium. And then Vegas builds you the state of the art stadium, fully brands it. You're gonna say yes, it's Oakland's fault. The same thing with the A's. They
It's
just
a bummer.
if you don't appreciate your team, And I always tell this to my dad because my dad can't stand sports owners. But these are wealthy people that are playing with their toys. This is their toy.
True.
Like you think it's like you guys with golf clubs and you'll hack away with golf and things like that. Well, they have more money. So they get to do whatever they want with their toy.
Really
they don't care if they make money, lose money. They don't care who they cut, fire. It's their toy. It's their version of fantasy football or fantasy
they
baseball.
already have Errol and I when we were down there and we were looking at where we were going to move. We were blown away by their AAA stadium. Like AAA, that was
in Vegas?
in Summerlin, beautiful.
So this stadium will be amazing.
Yeah.
And it's really close to my condo, which will be fun. I'll probably go to whenever the Mariners have an away series against the A's. I'll probably go to a lot of those.
Cool. Yeah.
Another interesting fact is all the rumors are that the NBA is going to expand. And that they're going to expand to Vegas and Seattle.
It's coming.
And I'm going to forever be a Sonic fan. So I'm super excited. Bring the Sonics back. I loved the Sonics when they were here. So even though Vegas is going to get a team, I'm going to be a Sonic fan.
Wow.
Come on.
You heard it here first, folks.
They announced,
Clip
though, that the same group that built, that remodeled
Climate Pledge.
Yeah. Is about to buy a huge parcel right next to the Rio. And that's where they're going to build the Vegas basketball arena.
Oh, wow.
It's something like, I guess it's something like
They're not going to play at
50
T-Mobile?
acres. No, they're going to build a sports specific arena there. And if you've ever been to my condo,
I have.
I
I've
have a
stayed there.
view of the Rio. So I will have a
You're
view
gonna be
of
right
this
in the middle of
basketball
all of
It
arena.
was weird, really weird waking up to have my cup of coffee, opening up the blinds, and then there's Penn and Teller staring at you. I'm like,
Hey there,
okay.
buddy.
Hey. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm going
Every
to
time
the,
when Penn is looking at you, know what he's thinking?
What?
You look really good with that beard.
Nice beard.
I was going to say this too. I'm going to the game Friday night, or the Rain City Showcase. Clippers and who else is here? The Clippers and Portland.
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Who are you going to vote for?
Oh, we're
you
still
rooting
talking
for?
politics? No. Oh, neither. They're not the Sonic.
All right, since you brought it up, who you voting for now?
No,
I'm just kidding.
No, because people think I'm a crazy lib now, and thank you for that. So,
Hey, my wife, when she listened to the podcast last week, she came and she went, "Did somebody really give you that review?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "If anybody is willing to give us a 5-star review, I don't care if they rip us, we will read it, as long as it's a 5-star
they gave us
review."
5 stars, and then they ripped us.
Oh, I like it. Whoever it was, do it again. Get another fake account, do it again.
Okay. All right. So, top 5 hopeful gifts for pastor's appreciation. Remember the bias, folks. We don't expect this. We're not saying we deserve this. This is like, hey, if we're having fun, if we're dreaming out loud, yeah, I wouldn't mind getting this as a present. For me, this goes beyond pastor's appreciation. This is like if my family was listening to this, or my wife, anyone.
So let me also do my prefacing of this too. This is just for fun. We're just goofing around. The staff adventure, we feel exceptionally honored by the people in the church. You guys do an amazing job loving us, appreciating us. This is not us trying to subtly hint at anything. We feel very loved and appreciated. For those of you that don't attend Venture and you go to another church, I want to tell you that a surefire way to make sure that your pastor stays at the church longer is have them feel loved and appreciated.
Yep.
You would not believe how far in I appreciate you, a thank you card, a nice text, a nice note, a Pentecostal handshake, a gift, how far those things go to show love and appreciation. I think the main thing that it does for your pastor is it allows your pastor to feel seen and
Acknowledged. Yeah.
yeah, and sometimes as pastors, people appreciate us, but they need us when there's a crisis. And you probably noticed that whenever you have a crisis, your pastor, if you're faithfully attending a church, your pastor's available whenever you're in a crisis or in a pinch. And that's something that deserves honor and appreciation.
Yeah.
So while we're doing this tongue in cheek, I do think it is, I think it's part of our spiritual life to show honor to people whom honor is due. So I do want to encourage you to do that. Anything you need to preface before you say shamelessly what you want?
No, I'm going to be as honest as possible and communicate all the things I deeply desire.
What does a bald man in his mid-30s want? I am excited for
All right.
this.
Hair.
So we each have 5. Let's
Trip to
zipper.
Turkey.
We'll just do it around the circle. Tony, give us
First thing I want an electric scooter.
an electric.
Dude, you've
scooter.
been talking about this.
I just, living closer to Seattle now, being closer in the city, it's just parking sucks. And everyone has a scooter, and it's so much easier to lock up your scooter somewhere. I want a scooter.
Have you noticed that Tony says sucks a lot?
Yeah, he does.
When do I say sucks?
You just said it. Right
You've
there.
said it like 20 times on this particular podcast. If it could end up being a drinking game if Christians drank. So mine, I want an 8-foot tall chainsaw Sasquatch for my yard.
One moment, I'm gonna look this
8-foot tall chainsaw
You know,
Sasquatch.
ironically, I have been researching these a lot.
And by the way, this would also be a present for Di too. She really wants it too.
She's
Oh my goodness!
well, we got you a statue, but you didn't seem to appreciate it as much.
Can I ask, where did your obsession with this guy
With Bigfoot?
Sasquatch come from?
That's a good question. Actually,
I don't know. I really
You
do like Bigfoot.
I know you really
Is that a
do.
Northwest thing? You
Yeah.
just like embrace
It's like
it
ever
in
since you
Northwest.
bought a Jeep, you've been a Sasquatch person all of a sudden.
I've had Jeeps for 12 years.
That's a pretty long time.
That
Actually.
is a long time. All right, Morgan, how about you? PB wants a Sasquatch.
Tony, you remember back in the day, I think it was for my birthday, when all the youth students brought me 7-Eleven gift cards.
I was there.
And I think I had like $250 in 7-Eleven gift cards.
Slurpee boy.
I just want to like resurrect that.
You
Like
want
just bring it back.
7-Eleven gift cards.
7-Eleven gift cards, like a stack of them. And then I can just go and get sunflower seeds whenever I need. You get a Gatorade.
What's the hot dog you like there?
Well, they used to have the Bahama Mama.
Oh.
Bahama Mama. Now they have the spicy Big Bite. It's pretty good. Put some onions on it.
Have you told PB what they used to call you at the local 7-Eleven in Everett?
Yeah, dude. Every time we went in there with my gift cards, they'd say, "Ah, Slurpee Man." Dude, I'm pretty sure we kept that place going for a while.
Every Wednesday before
Every
you.
Wednesday.
There's
Oh,
two
Slurpee
people that
Man.
they recognize at that 7-Eleven. They recognize the guy that comes in to rob them weekly,
like,
and
"Ah!"
they recognize the guy that wants to get
Very similar responses. They're both but one of them is just a little more cheerful.
You and I kind of do look like Penn and Teller walking in there every week.
Can I where is a 7-Eleven? I don't think I've been in a 7-Eleven since high school.
They're everywhere.
Oh, I know where they are.
Where's the nearest
I can like
7-Eleven
sense them.
Here?
to the Mill Creek campus?
Bothell Everett.
Bothell Everett Highway, 180th.
Yep.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's go on this. Nearest 7-Eleven to our houses in Mukilteo.
Kitty corner to Taco Bell.
Yeah, in Brooklyn.
Oh,
Brooklyn
you're right.
Brothers.
There is a 7-Eleven there.
Yeah.
Nearest 7-Eleven to the Seattle campus in
There's two.
Ballard.
There's one in Montlake, and there's two in Aurora, and then there is one in, I think, Greenwood.
There's one on
Right.
Highway 99 right as you get ready to turn
Yes.
around Green Lake. Right?
Yes, there. Yeah,
Right
yeah.
on the left?
We have stopped there.
Yeah, across from Beth's Cafe.
Yep.
You guys these are great so far. All
Okay.
right, next one, Tony.
Okay, next one. This is a simple one. Like a night of childcare.
That was on my guess too.
I'm not asking for much.
A night of child care.
Background checked childcare, not Betty Sue in our church saying, "I'd love to watch your kids."
No, like I need the coupons. You know, the like the gifts that you got your parents were
Oh,
like,
yeah.
here's a free
Car
foot
wash,
massage.
yeah.
I never.
So what if the next time David and Allie are both in town, they just watched your kids
Just
for a night?
Allie's fine.
Okay.
I don't know how
What
David
about-
would react to children.
Brandon Greenawalt and his girlfriend Megan Martin. What if they babysat your kids?
Who would be babysitting who?
That is a really
Lenny
good-
would be
Lenny
babysitting
would
Greenie.
be watching them.
Yeah, Lenny would be
that's
watching
true.
them.
accountability.
Okay, good point.
Accountability.
Okay, I like it. Babysitting.
Morgan, is that your same
Is
one
that one
too?
of yours too?
That was on my
Childcare.
list.
Okay.
Yeah, a night of childcare.
So there you
would be
go.
nice.
They're not asking for much, people. They just want some childcare.
Help me get out of the
Shout out
house.
Okay.
April Swift.
Yeah.
No one is going to be named in what I'm about to do.
Oh.
But several of our staff and a bunch of our youth leaders were at a conference recently. And the pastor, in a breakout session, talked about his Lamborghini.
He owns one?
I know.
Pastor of the church?
I couldn't believe they're going to remain nameless.
Oh my gosh.
And at each service, that he was speaking at, he was wearing a different Rolex.
I hate this already.
Hey, so here we go. Every pastor, some of you are like, Brandon, where are you going? I might be my last episode. Just follow along. Don't shut me off yet. Every pastor, and you know this, like we're charismatics. In charismatic churches, this tends to happen. Most of our pastor friends have a story of when someone gave them a Rolex. Are you right?
That's kind of
Very true.
They all have that story.
Who got a free Rolex once?
I don't want a Rolex because I don't know if my wife would allow me to take it. And I actually think if I was given one, I might get taxed on it, but that's another story. What I would like is a fake Rolex. I just want a fake Rolex. I'm not asking for a real Rolex. I don't need a Lamborghini. I want a fake Rolex.
Like, we can easily do that.
Little faux Lex.
Yeah.
We need to take you to the shopping mall in Bangkok in Thailand. Have you heard about the shopping mall?
It might be just easier to get me a real Rolex than to pay for me to fly to
Big
Thailand.
Cash America pawn shop. Kitty corner to Home Depot.
I want a fake
Next
Rolex.
to 7-Eleven. Yeah. Okay. All right. So childcare and a Rolex.
Yeah.
Fake Rolex.
Fake Rolex.
Fake Rolex.
Desires
Unless the
of
Holy
heart,
Spirit speaks to
folks.
you and you don't want to do it fake.
The desires of the heart. Okay, next one. Now, this is me stretching. I don't expect this. On the heels of pastors who say, I got gifted a Rolex, you know how many times I've met a pastor where they go, dude, someone came up to me and just said, Holy Spirit told me to take you to the car dealership. I'm going to buy you any car.
You've heard those stories?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dozens of times. No expectation. I would love a new car. Wow. My Ford Fiesta is dying.
Your Ford Fiesta's amazing.
All right,
Dying.
This is all pretend.
This is pretend.
What would be your dream?
Dream car? Because of the season of life I'm in, a Honda Odyssey or a
Going
Tesla
straight
Model
mini.
3.
Well, those seem very different
One,
sides
I
of the
could
spectrum.
charge. I went because gas is very expensive in Seattle. And two, a Honda Odyssey. I really want a minivan.
Those seem very on totally different sides of the spectrum.
No, they get the job done.
You have a minivan
Yes,
or
an electric vehicle.
a Tesla.
Yes, yes. I'll take a Nissan.
All right,
Leaf.
I don't feel bad about asking for a fake Rolex now. He asked for a car. Yeah. All right.
That opened up the options.
The next gift that I want for Pastors Appreciation Month, this is for all you Kraken fans out there. At the end of the game, there is the three, if the Kraken win, there is the three players that get the fish. And it's a stuffed fish that symbolizes the Pike Place market fish. And they take the fish and they throw it out to the fans. So there's only three. Did you know that you can't buy those fish anywhere?
Really?
Because I've tried. You can't. You have to wait
have
and
to
get
get
one
one.
thrown, or you have to get it from one of the Kraken auctions. I want one of those little stuffed fish. There's nothing that would fit better in my man cave and annoy my wife worse than if I got a stuffed fish.
Do you know what the proper term is called? It's called to yeet the fish.
Yeet.
Yeet it. It's like in Fortnite when you yeet
I
someone.
want to eat a fish.
You want a yeeted fish.
I want to yeet the fish. Okay, Morgan, how about you?
This is more of just, this is a pretty simple. I mean, this is pretty basic. The new throwback Seahawks jerseys?
Oh,
I gotta get one of those, man.
they're
sweet.
I was at the Hawks game a couple weeks ago. Got tickets from a gal in our church.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding. Majority of people were wearing those jerseys instead of their
nice.
actual jerseys.
they're real nice.
Thursday night they're doing it old school.
I always like getting big guy jerseys. Like the big, like the linemen. Byron Murphy. I think that's the one I think I'm gonna go.
The big
after.
boys.
Yeah.
Someone in our church bought me one last year for Pastor's Appreciation.
That's a realistic
Bought me
thing.
a throwback
Look at
jersey.
that.
Yep. Very kind of him.
Look at that.
Okay, so just to review, I want a car. PB. With someone. Just take me out to dinner.
Who's the dinner? Who do you want to go out with?
Anyone.
Like Judah?
Well, no, not anyone.
He
It
can take you to
depends.
P.F. Chang's.
There are some people.
But where do you want to go? To?
Judah, every time I've asked Judah, are you going to hook me up at P.F. Chang's? You know what he says? He goes, I could probably get you a dessert.
I'll get you the lettuce wraps.
Or the lettuce wrap. Which, thank you, Judah. I will
Good.
gladly take
The
you
lettuce
up on
wraps are
that.
good.
No, I'd like to just go out to dinner with someone.
I'll take you out to dinner.
Like that spot we went, Moonshine Barbecue. That's a fun joint. Little hockey barbecue bar right
good
there.
spot.
Great spot.
You need to get them
I
as
just
a
want to go out
sponsor.
to dinner. I would love to have a meal out.
That's reasonable.
Am I asking for much? Childcare.
Okay. So let's just kind of recap. So far, I want an 8-foot tall Sasquatch. By the way, nothing close second. I really, really, really want that. The second thing I want is a fake Rolex. I'd take a real Rolex,
Yeah.
but I'm cool with a fake one.
Yeah.
The third one is a stuffed fish. And the next thing that I would love to have, and this is kind of more on the little selfish side, but I really love shoes. And I would love a really cool pair of Gucci loafers.
I'm gonna look those up.
What's a pair of Gucci loafers running?
Probably $800.
What do they look? Oh,
Not bad, are they?
okay. With fur or with no fur?
Preferably no fur.
Okay, so they're running around 1,000 without tax. Okay.
I'm firmly a size 10, if you're wondering.
What kind of memory foam those got in them?
I didn't know. You didn't strike me as a loafer guy, but okay, good to know. Once again, we can get you these in Thailand.
We don't like when you say loafer, it's like a dress up shoe.
Yeah,
like a
Morgan,
nice
look.
They used to call them penny loafers back
penny
in the
loafer.
day.
Okay, yeah. Huh. Okay, all right, I got you. When
Okay.
you said loafer, I was thinking like slippers for some reason.
That's the type of thing that if I ever was guest speaking somewhere, made a little bit of side money and bought that for myself, as soon as it shipped and landed on my doorstep, I would be in deep trouble.
Yes.
From my wife.
All right, number 4.
But
for
if
me,
I'm giving it,
Yeah.
it's
you can't say
just-
no. Like
can't say no to a
somebody,
gift.
I would be removing their opportunity to receive the blessing
Yeah,
by taking it away.
that's biblical. That's biblical. Okay, so far for me, childcare,
7-Eleven gift cards.
7-Eleven gift cards.
What was the third?
Third one was throwback Seahawks jersey.
Yeah. Wow, Morgan's
Hair
are
club
so
for men?
wholesome.
No,
and
I've given up
family-based.
on that dream already. That dream's long gone. Number 4. Number 4 was. I need a vacation. I need like a timeshare. I need like if somebody was to gift me their timeshare and just go.
Do you know how now that you've said this? Do you know how many people want to offload their timeshares to
Oh,
someone?
100%.
You're going to
Hey,
get full
you know,
timeshares because
honestly-
nobody wants to pay their maintenance fees.
I didn't need to take Nicole somewhere. We need to get away. We need
Oh,
to
so
go.
you're not saying you want an actual time? You just want
No,
a
no, no,
week
no,
of
no, no,
someone's
no, no, no,
timeshare.
Nicole
gonna
already
say,
tried
Sean
to buy.
King will try to offload
Nicole
all
already
his
tried to
timeshares.
buy a timeshare for us on our honeymoon before we even owned a house. I was like, babe, we can't have a
Nicole
timeshare.
Butcher?
Yeah, I know.
Like the most responsible person I know.
I know.
So
I had to
irresponsible
talk
of
her.
her.
I had to talk her out of it.
Well, one of you has to be the responsible one.
I guess it's me.
Okay. Wow. Morgan wants a vacation. Yours are so wholesome, family,
Sorry, I'm a simple man.
and I'm just living in vanity. All right.
An Odyssey van, living in vanity.
Here it is. Okay. Is this the last one?
Last
One more each.
This is number 5.
Okay. You know what I want, guys? I'm going to look in the camera for this one.
Oh, here it is.
I want,
A new shirt.
no,
Oh,
I want a night where I could just turn it all off. Being a dad. Okay, I'm going to really, hold on. Let's rewind that. Typically, people, when they say that, that leads to a moral failure. I want a night where we can just be, Morgan, like play Halo, order pizza, like a guy's night out. Like, remember, like when we used to go to like a Dave and Buster's kind of night. I just want like a night of
times.
don't gotta worry about kids, don't
Yeah.
gotta worry about church, nothing.
Yeah.
Just a guy's night out.
nothing like a good
Hang
guy's
out,
night.
have fun. David Diaz and I went to Capitol Hill with Christian a couple weeks ago. All we did was eat, and we stayed out late and just ate food all night. Wasn't that fun?
It was a blast.
Thank you.
You just had a guy's night. You need another one?
Yeah, I need like a guys. It's
right.
happening guys night. I
right.
love a guys night.
Is it because there's just too many women in your house?
Yes, I live with 3. 1 and 2 kids, but yes, I'd like a guys night.
They grow up fast.
No, I'm not asking for much.
All right, my last one that I would like. Filson has these very cool kind of like Indiana Jones wildernessy looking briefcases. And they're kind of canvasy, very thick canvas. I would love one of those.
Is this like a briefcase that like has, and then it like pops up?
You don't see
No,
those
it's
anymore.
it's
No.
like
I like those. I think
it's
those
like
are
the
coming back.
type of briefcase that I have now, but it's kind of made more of canvas, and it looks Seattle Northwesty.
Do you think with the saying "what's old is new" that those kinds of briefcases will come back at some point?
Like the old
Classic
like the
briefcase
locking
with the
ones?
lock.
Because I think that'd be really cool to walk into the office with one of those.
I might. I'm done with
Maybe
the
we should
backpack.
bring it back.
You know what Cole Hasty uses now?
I think I have one actually.
You know, like We Love Seinfeld, Kramer, when he got a job, that didn't really get a job, but he thought he had a job. He brought one of those in and he opened it up and he had a little roll of crackers in it.
I'm just think of all the things you could put in there.
Oh,
No,
Morgan,
when you
why
get
don't we
crunch-
buy suitcases? Let's ditch our
Suitcases?
let's
Or
ditch our
briefcase?
backpack. Yeah, excuse me,
Briefcases?
briefcases. Let's ditch our backpacks.
We'll look into it.
You want one of those little, you're talking about you don't want a suitcase, but you want a briefcase.
Like
Yes.
that's a power move when you put it up on the table and you.
my dad had one growing up. He was a civil engineer, but yes.
And it's got all your files.
His pens. Oh yeah, that
put like
hickory
some
smell.
roll ups in there.
Oh yeah, some 7-Eleven gift cards.
You load it up.
All right. I might be willing to get you guys that for Pastor's Appreciation
Hey.
Month if you're willing to use them.
Honestly, I'd use it.
You're gonna like the gift I got you. I think you're gonna like it.
Gucci shoes.
Nope.
8 foot tall. Sasquatch.
I'm in ministry. How much money? You know how much money I make. All right, Morgan. How about you?
Last one. This is a vain one. It's a hobby. I like golfing. Well, like you, I like golfing.
Let it be.
I've
Don't
had
be
an
ashamed.
old putter for a long time.
Don't you dare.
I know.
Don't you dare.
I've had this Wilson putter since I was 14 years old.
We just regripped him.
Put a new grip on it. It's getting old though. I think it's time for a new putter. That's the one club in the bag that I need a new one.
So any putter? Is there a specific putter you want?
I don't know. Scotty Cameron's?
No, you want a lab.
a lab.
Have you seen those?
No.
They're the hottest putter on tour right now.
a
You can't.
lab.
Don't. Tour players play a Scotty Cameron. You don't need a Scotty Cameron.
You
No,
realize
I know.
just saying that you're going to probably get 3 putters on Sunday now from people.
Well, yeah.
Unlike Tony, people they're going to ignore Pastor's Appreciation
I'm
there,
not
but
kidding.
they're-
I've seen a handful of pastors. I know one personally who a guy in his church grabbed him, took him to the dealership, and said, "Pick out any car you want."
I've heard this
this
story.
happens. This happens. I'm just
Before.
saying.
I can't even
I will
imagine.
give them the keys of my Fiesta. I don't even need money back for it. Just take
I
it.
think that might keep them from doing you the favor, actually. They might be like,
I'll give it to-
actually,
I'm
I
trying to
take that
think
back.
if somebody did that to me, what car would I want?
Well, you,
I mean, and I guess I'm not going to I wouldn't. I love Maseratis. I think those are cool.
Okay.
But I really like Tesla S's.
Oh.
the S is the wide body one, right?
The S is the very first one that came out. They look super cool. I think they're two-door version of them.
Okay.
But I like my Jeep.
So is that
You'd
it?
be
Is that
pretty
what we want?
crazy.
So to wrap up and conclude everything that we want before we wrap up our time today, today has just been unhinged. People, we just wanted to have fun. Remember, we're not expecting anything. We don't deserve it. We're not saying we want it. Just having fun. We want a Sasquatch,
Yes.
7-Eleven gift cards, Gucci shoes, fake Rolex, probably real, car, electric scooter, a night out.
You need a lot of transportation.
I really need and childcare and a jersey
And a Filson
and a
briefcase.
Filson briefcase. Okay, there it is. Well, we did get a gift today. We got from our dear friend Mike Cumming, Venture Vets. I honestly,
That's
got
a sweet
t-shirt. It is legit. I feel unworthy. I didn't serve our nation, so I don't feel worthy wearing this. But thank you, Mike. These are legit. You want to wear them on the next episode together?
I thought we would wear it on the when we interview the veteran guy.
Yes. That's going to be in January. Well, hey, folks, thank you again for joining us. Morgan, thanks for being here.
Hey, it was a pleasure.
Love
Thank
your
you.
shirt. You going to wear that home today?
It's really annoying, actually. It feels like I'm wearing a
Are you at least going to hang that in your office?
armor. Yeah, I'll put it in my office.
How
for
about
sure.
do this?
Put it by
Take it
Cole's
home
desk.
and hang it up on one of the walls in your houses and let me know how long your house, and let me know how long it takes till Nicole sees it.
I think she'll love it.
I just want to know How much did we have to pay to print that? You know how much color is up there?
I don't know, but whoever did
You went to
that-
Staples?
Staples did not cut that very well.
Unbelievable.
Pretty jagged cut.
What'd you put on your divvy statement? Printed off pictures of Pastor Tony? You know Heather's about to grill you. All right. Hey, folks, thank you for listening. Appreciate you guys being here. Like we said, we just wanted to have fun today. Next week, we'll get back to some serious matters.
We will bring on Dave Liam next week.
We're going to bring on Dave Liam.
We're going to talk all things
Celebrate recovery.
celebrate recovery.
I think it is one of the most profound ministries, not just in our church, but in all churches across America that have them. So it's an incredible ministry. I'm honored to have them. But hey, we're excited. Don't forget, if you're in the area, come visit one of our campuses. We'd love to have you there. And we have a couple big things coming up here. We have our 20th year anniversary, November 3rd. We'd love for you to come celebrate with us. We have a big dinner that evening, which is almost sold out. Not sold out, but
Yeah, we only have like 20 spots left. Probably by
Literally
the time you hear this, it'll be full.
and it is completely free. We just want to celebrate 20 years, have some fun, party, and then get back to work. So
And don't forget that this is Pastor's Appreciation Month. Make sure your pastor knows that you love him or her.
yeah. And I do want to shout out every pastor who's listening, every pastor who's on staff at Venture across all our campuses. You guys make the dream happen. So thank you so much.
Yep.
We love you. Hey, don't forget, like and subscribe. Give us 5 stars on Apple, Spotify. We love you guys. We'll see you next week. And don't forget,
Jesus is the hope of the world. Let's make him famous.
Raiders
You're supposed
roll.
to say it at the same time? It sounded good.
Devontae Adams reportedly looking to finalize trade in 48 hours.